How you're making this funky Friday for him. Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc. Not only do I turn him on, but I got him turning knobs to the right, Doc. You ought to bump that switch one more time. Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc. That last transmission, he was actually audible through you. 127 getting on down.
You can't lie to anyone else out here.
Doc, all I can say is the power of the video games, Doc. Doc, all I can say is the power of the video games. But tonight is a prime, beautiful example about why he thought he was going to be like me, get notoriety, and have results with a video channel. But you see what happened to his video channel. I pointed something out to him that was devastating. Hey, Doc, he wants to know why Richie got all that charisma, Doc. Doc, he wants to know why, Doc. Doc, help him out, Doc. Let him know the perception, let him know the reality, and do by all means let him know your opinion on him calling me a sidewalk sap sissy. I'm clear.
Damn! That's what you are. There's nothing else and nothing else. Nothing less and nothing more. Sidewalk sissy. Oh, the key, you're saying something about... Always beat on him for you, But you're lying. I don't know. So once you got ran off that sidewalk, it was never the same for you. Stop here, Mr. 251. Let's repeat. You never recover from that, boy. Never.
Doc, coming from a man that's never been on the sidewalk with anybody, more or less Richie. But Doc, he's entitled to his opinion, Doc. Doc, he's entitled to opinion. As long as I rob the lyrics out of his lips, I rob, he's allowed to say anything he damn well pleases. That's his right, that's his prerogative, and it's all legal. 127 getting on down.
Now, the goddamn NYPD against the firefighter. What a battle.
Doc, do me a favor. When you address me properly. The king of the NYPD. Doc, the king till the day I ash out of the NYPD.
Okay, you want me to put a... You're a snitch. You're an informant, confident informant, that's about it. Well, he's still informant, you got that big word to you. You ain't got to let it all hang out. Well, he got you locked down, torn down to the floor down, Mr. 251. Man, that sucker Richie got doing the tighten up on you tonight, Mr. 250. Friday night, SmackDown. Hey, Richie, I got it. Friday night. He's talking about Richie for being life tonight.
Doc, I never released my tighten up, Doc. I put that tighten up on that punk's ass his first transmission to me, Doc. 127 got that.
Well, you stay out with your motherfucking words. God damn you. You back here fucking laughing now, Richie. And I said the Friday night SmackDown.
Well, Doc, what made him so hilariously funny is him calling himself an enforcer to me. While he's trying to enforce, he's got a videotape of Richie, and he's using that as leverage to fuck with everybody out here and talk to them the way he wants. While he thought he was destroying my business, Doc. But that's the thing that makes me laugh. He's trying to claim himself as being an enforcer. Yet he has no idea he's talking to the United States as America's #1 enforcer. The most feared man at every military table on this globe, and some of those tables wish they could have him working for them. And one of them's going to get their wish. 127 got down. That's almost like Nine Dumb Scum telling me I ought to be friends with him. He's an icon out here. He can make me money. Hey, Doc, that was almost hilarious as that. Those kids in the hallway thought I hurt myself. They really thought I hurt myself. They heard the big bang. They come in and see me in the chair on the floor. Yo, they really thought I hurt myself. They see me hysterical laughing. What the fuck? I said, you should have heard what this asshole just said to me.
Oh, shit. I never heard no shit like this before, Richard. Where you come out with all this fucking stuff you got there? When you fell out the chair, and all the kids downstairs, the colored kids came upstairs to make sure you was all right.
No, man, they were all outside the door. They pushed the door open and thought something happened to me. Hey, Doc, where I come up with all this shit is one thing they're not familiar with, a bad disease in America. I come up with all this shit from pure reality, experience, and wisdom. Doc, it all comes from pure reality, all realism of real things. 127, you can't make this shit up. They do it all day long, but they can't prove Richie does because Richie don't. That's their problem. That's what's driving them crazy. Anything I said I've done or been a part of, they can't prove me wrong. You know why? Because when they can find witnesses, it breaks their heart and they say, no, it's just the way Richie said, just like that.
Damn. Mr. Enforcer, you can't go in there and give a bad mouth to that man Richie like he got in there and doing you tonight. Man, he's just chewing you up tonight and spitting you out. Mr. Enforcer, you gotta come out and show your manhood out here, man, while people reading the mail, Mr. 250.
Doc, I'm not treating him bad, Doc. I'm just treating him like every other hopeful, willing, wanton fucking homo that ever fucking spit wrong in the goddamn 9th precinct, Doc. Doc, I ain't treating him bad, Doc. I ain't treating him bad. I understand he's hopeful, wanton, and willing. I'm making sure this public understands that, but you know, it is what it is. And the reality is exactly what Richie says it is. And if you think it's real now, wait till those videos start uploading from Colombia. Doc, I think he just tried to say Castle Skull. I think he's trying to bite Cupcake on Castle Grayskull. But, you know, you really can't fault him because neither one of them actually know that Richie's 59 years old. He's almost 15 years over the age allowed in Castle Grayskull. But, Doc, you can't fault them for not having knowledge, wisdom, or experience. I damn sure don't. I just let them wreck themselves when they should be checking themselves.
Wreck themselves before they been checking themselves. Hey, Richie, you tonight, Friday night, you know normally people get paid on a Friday. Are you writing a check to Mr. Enforcer that is actual cash?
No, Doc, I believe that's their department. I believe that is simply, truly, and wholly their department. I think they got that department locked down. They are the Fantasy Island authors out here. They are the cats that are going on 11 years that are talking about beating up Richie or degrading Richie or, you know. Hey, Doc, look, listen, I can't knock them for having high hopes and big dreams. I'm living in reality. And it seems like most of them do not like the reality I put in that damn mirror in ass. Ain't that a bitch for a bunch of candy-ass bitches? But they should have heeded the warnings in 2013 and 14, and it wouldn't be like this today. 127 got down.
Damn, Richie. Would you say to Mr. Enforcer tonight, I said, listen here, Mr. 250. You hear the song say, baby, I'm for real? But tonight, my name is Richie, bitch, and I'm for real.
Well, Doc, one day I'm jamming and God says to me, that's your song. I says, why? He says, because you're as real can get.
Yeah, you got it fucking right now. You switch that shit up real quick. You as real can goddamn get.
That's because it's not made up of fantasize. It's coming from reality, wisdom, and nothing but experience.
Hey, 127, Mr. Enforcer. Now, you call him a fag and everything else, man. So, would that be anything like a down low brother?
Well, Doc, you know, they were a little bent out of shape that I used to have a girlfriend. Well, you know, I mean, we called her my girlfriend. But I used to have this little whore, hooker, hoe that used to get a kick out of homos. Doc, listen. To me, it was so entertaining because there was nothing entertaining about her. You know what I mean? But to me, this was so entertaining. I'm sorry, and because of that, he feels that I might be homo. But when you're running with Tony Brigliadoro's #1 stable whore, you learn to get a kick out of the sex game. 127 backline. I mean, the man had her raped when she was a child just so he could make her everything she was today, just so he could make her his little cash register slot. And, I can't fault him for that. I should have killed them both back in the 80s, but instead I allowed us to believe I live a clueless lie. I allow her to live believing Richie don't know who she was. That was my big kick out of the game. She should have never showed me the scar on the knee. But, that was my great kick and the information that I had. My great power was the information that I had. So I wanted to make sure Tony was God in her eyes before I let her know anything. I used to tease her all the time. About this bullshit. And when they go over things, she realizes, God, he was trying to tell me this. God, he was trying to tell me that. No, listen, God ain't going to help you. But Richie did every time you come up with that realization. But now you're so far gone. What was Richie's words? And after you figure everything out, you're going to be too far gone for it to phase you or mean anything. 127 back out.
Yeah, Richie the entertainer. Well, you entertaining me on this Friday night. Man, that motherfucker had no choice tonight but to slip his goddamn lip. Anything he come at you with is going to be some negative, not positive, but negative bullshit. Mister, do you hear the king goddamn putting it down? And it's down like on the carpet. He got that motherfucker down. Oh, man, Mr. Force, I thought you was a better man. You could handle your goddamn business without the click-clackers out here.
I wonder if Madonna ever figured it out. After she asked me, what do you see in that girl anyway? I wonder if she ever figured her out his biggest perp. I wonder if she ever figured out she was my biggest perp. 127 getting on there.
Mr. 250, he's talking about a goddamn woman. He ain't talking about no goddamn body boy or no man living with him. This motherfucker is talking about a goddamn woman, man. Meow!
I'm sure she figured it out because my reply to that question was, her laughter burns me up inside. The silent paragraph that came next is, because I got her utterly convinced I have absolutely no idea who she is. See, how, man? Don't get me started. Just like I'll tell George, don't get me started with the motherfuckers. Reality is the greatest thing to Richie. No matter how bad or how disgusting or how crazy it might seem to the opponent or the enemy, Richie's reality is the most beautifulest thing at this moment, date, and time. More so because they just have nothing to put Richie to sleep. So based on this reality and the facts I just stated, all I can say is, bring it on.
Mr. 250, man, oh man. I don't know how much you weigh, 250, but Richie's about 200 and change, man. A damn thing. Get down. And I mean to the real nitty gritty. What you got to say, 250? Speak your mind.
I'll tell you what to say to that. I'm 20 pounds overweight. I scale about 220 at the moment. And my norm is 189.
God damn, man. 250 though, for the pictures that you got up on Facebook, 250 don't look like he weighed that much, Richie. Man, oh man, boy, you get that motherfucker on the ground, you can just about put your booty in his face. Please take it easy on the lightweight.
So what you're saying is those junky toothpicks for arms he put on video game lets you know clearly he's about 150 pounds soaking wet. Is that what you're trying to convey to this public?
Picked it right up. You hit the nail on the head, Richie. Goddamn, man, you ain't put those videos up there on that Mr. 250 for nothing. Firefighter, but goddamn, you don't have to lift some goddamn heavy motherfucking weight. 220 fucking pounds of goddamn purity goddamn meat. Solid as a fucking rock. And you camp. I think you better take some nail enhancement and take some miracle gold, Mr. Enforcer. And you want to go with the king.
Well, Doc, I'm gonna come clean here, Doc, because I get a big kick out of doing that. I honestly feel that I am in the worst physical shape of my existence. That's the way I feel, but it doesn't affect my brain at all. It doesn't affect the fact of the situation, or the fact of how it's going to end, or the fact that I'm always going to be the last motherfucker standing. I'm back quiet.
Motherfucking standing. You're the last man standing, man. Everybody else is goddamn gone. And you're the last goddamn brother on the thrust out here, man. 250, man. You let Richie goddamn just take away your pride and all your goddamn bad talk and put you in your place. I don't believe it, 250. You know, your buddies out here tonight, Bad Boy and CK, you're by yourself. And you can't just handle your damn business with this stuff on a 225-pound man.
Doc, today he's got his friend T. Today he's got his letter friend T, who got that name because he's good at making a T across your body. He's good at making a T. He's good when he plants his dick in your mouth and he's laid across flat, making the whole thing look like a letter T from the aerial. 127 got down.
Now, you get a little offhand here. Now, don't talk about your private parts, because that's the fucking Mr. Enforcer. Don't talk about your private parts, because that's the fucking Enforcer. Don't do that.
No, it's not nothing to do with Enforcer. Enforcer's very turned on by this. That's why he's friends with the guy. It's why the man uses the handle T. It's why he uses the handle T. Well, I'll tell you, I don't mind teeing off with the queens. I mean, not these queens you're hearing. You know, when it comes to the new queen of soul or the queen of pop, we can make a lot of T's all day long and feel good doing it. I'm just telling you why that man uses the name T for a handle. I mean, if you ask them truck drivers, they'll tell you exactly what a T is. 127 go.
Heard you. Calling Mr. 250 Breaker. You mean you ain't got no talk back for the king? Come on, 250, man. All your fan was out here the other night and other nights, man. Y'all was putting it down on that damn Richie. But tonight is goddamn Friday night, the first Friday night of the goddamn year of January. Mr. Enforcer, I'm ashamed of you.
Doc, it's not his fault. It's just his forte. It's just his M.O. When reality in his speaker smacks him, just like Richie's gonna, if he ever gives me the opportunity to, it silences him, Doc. Doc, it silences him. He don't know what to say because he don't have that kind of caliber in him. He is no enforcer of any kind. Absolutely none whatsoever. 127 got down.
Maybe what he did have, maybe you took it away from him, Richard. God, man, the way you talk, boy, Mr. Enforcer, I'm surprised at you, man. I really is, man. After you talk all that stuff on those goddamn Watergate that I recently posted up on the fucking Facebook, man, I'm really surprised that you don't have no feedback.
Well, Doc, how are we going to have feedback, Doc? Doc, listen to this, Doc. How do you want any of them to have feedback? Let's look at the so-called situation. We are in now 2025. Richie keyed up in 2013. Changed their way of life. And we've been listening to them tell Richie how they're going to beat him up and how much they're going to beat him up for how many years, Doc? Look at the reality. Look at how many times they were on the sidewalk to beat Richie up. And Richie went to their sidewalk twice just to make a better point. But nevertheless, look at this, Doc. Look at the reality we're living in. And which one of them touched Richie? Now, you have to exclude 250 Blahoma from this whole equation because that man's never been within arm's length of Richie or even on the same sidewalk with Richie. So you must exclude him from everything in the word situation because when it comes to him, there is no situation at all except a hopeful, wanton, willing homo who's more jilted than jilted.
You I believe you should be a senior citizen by now, Mr. Richie. You got this young guy not even halfway near a senior citizen. Backed up, got his lips set, beat up on the single citizen, Richie. But Richie really got a hold on him, and Richie could have tied up and laid the smack down on his candy ass, and he can't get up, have no say. He's like the boxer, the Spanish guy, the Mexican. No more, Richie, please, I'm sorry.
Doc, I look at it this way too. It started when I was 48. I'm 59 now, and none of them touch me. Doc, I look at it like this. It started when I'm 48. I'm 59 now, and not one of them touched me. How many trips to Richie's sidewalk? But Doc, I mean, when are they gonna wait? They're gonna wait till I'm fucking 90 and I start keying up saying, yeah, I feel like my body's starting to fail me. Oh, that's right. Half of them will be dead by then. But it don't really matter, Doc. What matters is the reality that you see and hear in your speaker. It's going on 2025, and they have to look in the mirror and have the mirror laughing at them going, it's another calendar year on the mark, and ain't none of you cocksuckers put your hands on Richie.
Damn. Michael Jackson. Hey, you follow what Michael Jackson song? Who's that?
I'm gonna take me a break, make some coffee, smoke and roll some more weed. Man, I think I'm down to 14 grams of moon rocks here. 14 grams of moon rocks. And I bought 15. The scale said 15.3 yesterday when I copped the bag. I got a C-note of snow rock here. I'm good. Moon rock, I'm good. I'm going to get some good sleep over the next week. You could bank on that and take that to the motherfucking bank.
Check out the video, Mr. Enforcer. That's what the goddamn what he's talking about. That's what we got a gram of big old fucking rock. He got it on the scale. Got that stuff on the scale. Make sure the goddamn sounds out right. Mr. 2-5 you listening to the Sound King tonight? Better pay attention. Wake up and smell the coffee.
Doc, I swear to you, word to my mother, when that shit was in front of my eyes, I instantly got scared shit. I said, no how, no way. That shit ain't weed. That's got to be coke, dope, fentanyl, or something like that. So let me see that. I take the big butt, I put it on my tongue, I'm like, yo, man, that ain't none of the tree. What the fuck is this? Then I went to YouTube and looked it up on the Google web. Then I went to YouTube and seen how it's made. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll take that, all that. Matter of fact, my supply guy, he told me he got another QP, about another QP of it left. I said, I'm speaking for the whole thing. I said, me and my partner, we're speaking for the whole thing. 127, I'm clear.
Amen. I like it. I like the way you got the video. I like that big rock you got. But Mr. Enforcer truly figured that you can't afford it. When you went out there the other night, you got them went for about an hour and a half, and you made $200 fucking dollars. God damn, you don't make that through McDonald's, a Burger King delivery.
No, Doc. The reason I didn't go to work yesterday or today is because I two damn systems, $2 van complete systems, $400 in under 4 hours. That's why. 127 back line.
The fucking money, man. Hey, Mr. Enforcer, do you hear the words that's coming out of Mr. Christopher's night tonight? Woo, shit. He said he didn't go to work last night, he didn't go tonight, because he made 400 goddamn smackaroos. Lord have mercy.
I mean, granted, with my distributor price and, both those radios and all those antenna systems, I acquired for under $250. So, it really don't matter. I'm back in the cut.
It's your thing, you do what you gotta do, Mr. Fisher. I ain't fucking mad at you. Boy, I know Enforcer gonna be out here tonight with Bad Boy. When Bad Boy come on and ready, he's gonna be talking about Dr. Love and Richie holding hands and blah, 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 and everything like that. But who gives a damn? It is what it is. You got the goddamn beat down on a fucking Friday night. Let me go. I want to go watch the wrestling tonight.
I think that means Richie don't have that brand new in the box Chrome or that brand new in the box LX anymore. 127 bag it.
See, let me embarrass him right here. But he like to talk shit with his partner Bad Boy. That you can't buy no goddamn good equipment. And you goddamn buying this, buying that. The other day on your video, you open up a box, you got a new goddamn radio in there. And you got a D104, a static power light, and some other things from?
Well, those bikes that they're so jealous about, I use them real well. I mean, even though this government made sure it took me months to get that ID, even though I made several appointments, that when I got to that computer that gave me the appointment was not there. But it really don't matter, because as they're going to learn the hard way, there's nothing they're going to ever be able to do to stop me.
Listen to what I'm telling you, man. I like your video. You don't talk some goddamn radio in the box. You got to sit it on top of the frequency counter, or whatever that thing is over there on the left-hand side, the right side. And first you pull out the handheld static mic, power mic. And behind that you got a goddamn radio with the mic. The mic looks like it's white, but I don't think the mic is white. I think that's just what they put up on the box of that radio that you got. What's the name of that radio that you pull out that box that's on top of the frequency counter?
Well, the radio came out of the box as a Cobra 29 Chrome. And the two microphones that came out of the box was a handheld D104 and an static Road Devil. Both of them in their brand new blister pack. But you hear how beautiful that D104 sounds on Big Red's bass. You hear the video, you hear how beautiful he sounded when he keyed up with that. My God, it was a night and day difference for him to listen to. But to be honest with you, man, as far as the Road Devil, and you know, it does happen, sometimes it does happen, the mic keys the radio, but it throws no audio. So I got my RA return number on, and then when I do decide to send it back, I'll just cop the D104 instead. I figure, what the heck, man? I got them trained on stock mics, you know what I mean? I might as well let them hear what Richie radios sound like when Richie puts a power mic on them, because half of them don't know how to set power mics. Half of them got to turn their mic knobs down to 1 and 12. I'm going to show them how to set and run with the mic knob all the way to the right, and the sound it's actually going to put in their speaker. Power mic and all.
Oh, Mr. President, you know, you show a lot of videos, and you practice what you goddamn preach. You're the man of the word. And how do you talk about somebody said, man, you bring your radio to me in your mic, you won't need a battery in your goddamn microphone. I'll set it up where you won't need a damn battery. I said, man, that took me back in the goddamn days of some CBs out here doing a microphone where you don't need no goddamn battery after they goddamn put the knowledge touch on it. No, Richie, I don't believe some of those goddamn videos that you post up there, man. You as bad as you goddamn want to be. But Mr. Enforcer, you better wake up and smell the goddamn coffee.
Well, Doc, that can only be done with certain radios, Doc. That can only be done with certain radios. Certain radios. Certain radios that do not need 4 pins. Certain radios that use 4 pins or 5 pins, but do not need all their pins. That can only be done on certain units, Doc.
Roger D, on certain units. Okay, appreciate the way you put it down to me, man. Well, I learned, Richie, all the years you've been out here, I learned a lot from you, man. I learned a lot. You got man telling you not afraid to address some of the things that you got there know and you fucking do. Mr. Enforcer, if you only fucking knew how good this man is, man. You know, I don't try to knock nobody all the time, Mr. Enforcer, but this motherfucker has got it going on, this goddamn pistol grip. Man, he bought a radio this month, and the next month he bought another fucking radio. Where is he getting the money from, Mr. Enforcer? Do you want to understand? Can you dig it? Can you dig what the rock is saying?
Dr. Love, well, that's a true statement. A lot of people on this East Coast learned from Richie. You know, whether Richie met them or not, Richie still schooled them. And when they hear the differences by trying what Richie said on the other end of them skip gates, all they could do was smile and go, that fucking Richie. So see, Doc, I taught a lot of people, Doc. I got this whole East Coast tri-state area 10-8 straight, and half of them I didn't have to see or even touch one piece of their equipment, Doc. You see how Richie does it? Richie puts it in your brain. Richie's very psychological. Richie got to half of you with his words, his lips, and your little curiosity.
Well, Mr. Christopher, you're not lying about what you just said there. You don't have to go to help somebody out with their goddamn equipment. All you gotta do is fucking pay attention to you, and they shit will be on point. You do the same thing with the guy in Coney Island, Trinitron 9. You say, listen to me, it's just a Trinitron 9. I'm gonna tell you what to do, and you get it right, I don't have to even come to you. We did it with a whole lot of people out there. You told me, Dr. Love, you do this, you change the car, I change your pad cord, man, you ain't got no leaking, you're going to get out like a fat rat. And you probably ain't show and tell. Every day I call show and goddamn tell, man. Practice what you preach there, Mr. Pistol Grip.
Doc, when I pilot Trinitron's vessel, what you hear in your speaker is amazing. What you see in them video gates is amazing. Even he knows it. Yeah, Doc, I do shit like that. I do shit like that. But Doc, you gotta remember something. If I won't do it for you, or I tell you no, you should look in the mirror, ask the man in the mirror why.
Okay, all that. Yes, sir. Boy, make sure you got the Midas touch over there, Richie, man. So you got a lot of goddamn guys out here, got you goddamn radio, timing, cut it this, timing, cut it that, microphones this, microphones that. Boy, oh boy. Well, you can't pretty much worry about what this guy, Mr. Force, is trying to tag you and throw you under the bus. You can't worry about it, because one monkey don't stop no show, Richie. You gotta keep the goddamn game rolling.
Well, Doc, let me explain something to you simply that can clearly be demonstrated or clearly be proved by every listener out here. The reason why Richie never, ever, ever sold any secondhand used equipment out of any mall establishment he had is simply for that 7-9 saga, that 7-9 episode, that 7-9 that drives me crazy, huh? Nah, man. See the reality of that situation? You see how it panned out in the end? What did Richie do to make the man realize? Richie produced a man that he did buy that equipment from. Did I not? That's how good and how powerful Richie is in this here CB radio game. Richie righted a wrong almost 15 years later. Richie righted a wrong from 1998 when Richie was clearly in Rawway. Richie righted a wrong that happened in 98. And you know, if it wasn't for the name of the box, I would have never remembered that they blew that shit up in 96 arguing with me when I was in the CB shop. I'm back quiet.
See on your CB shop. I do remember that you told me about the CB shop in a mall over in New Jersey. Now, Mr. Enforcer, let me inform you to what a morgue is. A morgue is a big shopping place. I think what he does is mainly for like truckers and anything. It isn't for anybody anyway. Well, Richie had a shop in the fact of hearing radios. And I had a Jamaican guy that used to go up there to Richie's shop, but he's no longer out here on the radio. And I don't think his number's still the same, because if his number was the same, I could call him up and record everything that he said. Yes, Dr. Love, I know that goddamn white guy, Richie. I've been to his CB shop. He's a good cat. Mr. Enforcer, you better bite your goddamn tongue or some of that bullshit you come out here goddamn with.
Well, Doc, let me correct something because I don't want it to be misconstrued. Not all three shops were in the malls. Two of them were in malls, and one of them was in a plaza, a shopping plaza, okay? One was in Landon Shopping Mall in Landon, New Jersey. The other one was in the Chester Shopping Mall. That was much later in Chester, New Jersey. And the shopping plaza was Lake Wales, Florida. 127. See, so not all three of them were in malls. Two were in malls, one was in a shopping plaza. And all three of them legally owned by my name. All three of them with no, absolutely none, Better Business Bureau blemishes. I wonder how you get to do that. You got to be good at what you do. Like being an awesome undercover cop that it took them over 30 years to put a name to you. You got to be like that caliber, Doc. You got to be a real motherfucking enforcer to achieve shit like this.
Wow, Richie, wow, man. It's like you. Yeah, damn, Richie, you got damn Kool-Aid.
Doc, I think 2 fiber-blow homos finally trying to queef your way. Try him again, Doc.
Nah, it's not 250, somebody else out there, Richie. They call you a fucking liar. They out there cursing you the hell out, Richie. Pay attention.
They're entitled to their opinion, Doc. They are entitled to their opinion, and they're entitled to convey what they are, painting me in their image. Some of these guys think they're God out here, Doc. Doc, some of these guys really think they're God, and they want to make me in their image, but they better realize this real quick. I'm not even God. I might be God's second son on this globe, but I'm not even God. 127 got down.
No matter what the guy's saying about you, Richie, you're out here speaking the goddamn truth about the morals and everything like that. You ain't telling no fabricated and fucking lie. You out here speaking your goddamn truth and speaking your goddamn mind, and the motherfucking haters just can't hear you goddamn preach what you goddamn know about and what you been through and what the fuck you did. They just can't fucking stand it, Richard. I do understand you, Mr. Crystal right there.
Well, Doc, once again, I let them wreck themselves when they should be checking themselves. Their reality's harsh and hard. All they got to do is jump on their computer and type in the names of the shops, and then they'll see Richie's far from lying. And if they can't get it on the computer, they can surely get it in the Better Business Bureau, because nothing ever leaves their data banks. Doc, all they got to do is type in the name of the shops. That's it. All legally owned in my name, and all three of them, you'll find record of them on the Better Business Bureau website. But look at the complaint sections. Look at the complaint sections on all three of those names.
Richie, do you think they're going to take time out to go look at something like that? They ain't got time to do that. I might do it, but they ain't going to do it because they got there want to fucking embarrass you and want to hate on you and kick you to the fucking curb. These fucking guys are told his much to me. They're many of these, they're fucking haters. They don't got no love for you.
Well, Doc, what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to spare them of sounding like an asshole and a hater and a jealous scumbag. I'm just trying to save them that pain, Doc. You know, if they want to act jealous, if they want to swear I'm lying because Richie's reality is fantasy in their brain because they can't do things like that, or they couldn't achieve shit like that, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? I'm not changing up my reality for anybody. Not my reality yesterday, not my reality today, not my reality tomorrow. But Doc, if they want to sound like assholes and jealous cunts, allow them to. But once they hit a couple of buttons, they're never going to spit like that again. I'm back quiet.
Yeah, Richard, you said it goddamn like, you said it like, wow. You said the goddamn word for word. You said, God, stop it all. I can't stop them from goddamn running their goddamn mouth and be fucking haters. If they don't want to goddamn go on the goddamn cussing and then what you call them, the search bar or what I'm telling them, and that's not my problem, that's their fucking problem, Dr. O. I did what the fuck I had to do. If they don't like it, fuck them. They can kiss on and take the fucking pipe. God damn, Richie, you are goddamn serving these motherfuckers like goddamn Jesus last supper tonight.
Well, Doc, there's a simpler cure for that situation and brain spot they're having. There's a simple cure for that. There's a woman out here that they love and respect and trust in this 5-borough CB community. Her name is Millie. It's much easier for them to call up Millie and say, Millie, what about this cat, Richie 127? And then what happens is they wind up in tears because she's telling them the last things they ever expected to hear. 127 got down.
Well, Richie, they can't get in touch with Millie unless they got her address on her goddamn phone number, because Millie's shop is no longer resist, Richie. Millie's shop is no longer active, Richie. Half of them might not even know who the fuck he's talking about there, Roger.
Well, Doc, anybody can get in touch with her just by typing her shop name into Facebook, and it comes right up. And you could call her. You could get in touch with her. You're right, that shop's been down for a long time. I'm wondering, honestly wondering, sitting here cogitating and wondering that if I did take her up on her offer in 2000, would her place still be up and running? Yeah, but nevertheless, it really don't matter because it's history. And that's my past and my reality. That's not a lie. When she tells you straight up, I tried everything to get that man in my shop. You know what I mean? It makes them sick. 127 getting on down.
Wow. She tried everything to get you to work in the back. Man, oh man. Well, Richie, you are something else, man. You ain't write this shit down. This is real shit here. You ain't got that telling no lies. Some things you do. But what you talking tonight ain't no goddamn lie. They gotta pay attention to the man of the hour. You come with the facts, Richie. You come with the motherfucking facts.
Well, Doc, you have to look at the actual fact. At the time this went on, my capacity was officially an undercover cop. So she's trying to talk me out from behind my counter to come and work hers. Doc, the sad fact of the matter is she would have been a liability. And to me, her safety came first. So the reason I refused going to her shop or working for her was the fact that I'm still in official capacity as an undercover cop, and I didn't need her in the equation. I didn't need the chances or the liabilities that went along with that. Even though if there was any beef over there in her store, I just would have called up Uncle Mikey's bus yard, which was a couple of blocks away, and how quick the troops would have been rolling in. But that's beside the point. It's just that's the way Richie rolls. Like they're asking him, when they asked him, why did you choose smacking your girlfriend instead of taking the gun charge? Well, it's simple. I'm under until this date, right? I said, look, if I put that in, I'll come out, I'm still under. I'm going to have every crooked, no good piece of low-life slime resign, rejected, or fired from every other state, piece of shit cop in this state, gunning for me and not giving a fuck who they hit beside me. You know what I mean? Knowing they could cover it right up with their bullshit paperwork. So I thought about the innocent of the people around me. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me, the things I've done or the way I did it. You know what I'm saying? I do know one thing. The way I was doing it and what I was using for a hook many years ago was the only thing that prevented me from going to Colombia. Because what made me successful here would clearly destroy me over there. But see, today I'm not worried about that. I don't have that problem. So it's a blessing. 127. And that much motherfucking control is back quiet.
Hey, Richard, shut up for a second. Your buddy's out there pounding.
The guys out there want to say something to Richie. You got the right of way. I'm going to be on the...
Donna's out there. Say hello, Richard.
Doc, this is what I'm going to do, Doc. I'm going to step back in the cut and do what I wanted to do. Make some coffee, roll some more weed, smoke a blunt, and come back here and smoke these candy-ass bitches like the next one. I'll be back.
I heard him force a key up right after you...
I don't think he's going to smoke it. I say so.
Well, you got it.
Dr. Love, I'm about to make you a New Year, Dr. Love. The man you're talking to, that's Miss Buckwheat. That's the one who's always calling you Mr. Buckwheat. Doc, that's Mrs. Buckwheat, just so you know. Well, Doc, they pretend to be boys and comrades and shit, but his boys don't like when he starts speaking reality. Yeah, they all want to see him, but none of them, you know what I mean? Doc, they pretend to be boys, but they despise when he starts talking reality. 250 don't apply to any of that.
I'll catch you later, Donnie. All right, roger that.
Take it easy, Bombi. Sit back and listen. Take it easy. 250 going to need you tonight. He's going to need you. You'll have to get him a couple bags of motherfucking ice, because Richie really put his goddamn mouse inside his motherfucking head and reading him his goddamn right. And let me check it there, Mr. 250. You have the right now to remain silent. Until you leave me on my goddamn sidewalk, you have the right to remain silent. But if you choose to give up...
Doc, you'll understand why Dondi made sure my radio, my ears, and my video gate could not hear his last 3 transmissions. Because he knows what was coming his way. He knows what Richie was going to ask him next, Doc. Doc, I was going to ask Dondi if he feel like co-signing that he's seen Enforcer 250's 2 Utica Avenue videos.
Birdman seen him.
Deplane. Well, Birdman must have took a nice flight and trip to Fantasy Island, because that's the only motherfucking place them Utica Avenue videos exist. I don't care what year you type in Enforcer 250 August and then that year. I don't care what what year you type that in. You are not going to find anything with the name Utica Avenue. But Enforcer, you want to notoriety with those video games. Don't you know anybody that goes into YouTube and types in Enforcer spacebar 250 period August period and any given year has every video you put up in August? 250. Are you fucking just deranged, dumb, or just turned the fuck out? Which one? Just don't ever forget 250. Please try not to forget. I know because of what I did in your brain and the scars I put there, you're never going to forget. But I want you to remember something. I'm the nigga that put that in the mirror, not you.
Well, man, who's telling?
Hey Doc, 250 gonna pretend to you that he didn't see that Shakaroni video you boasted about. But see the amount of hits that are on that video, Doc? See the amount of hits? Believe me when I tell you, he was one of them. 127 back out. I think the video is titled, "Now Go Make the Donuts. I Got This with Munchkins."
That's why you gotta say no to crack.
Well, if you were able to do that, I would have never had to scare you straight off it, and you wouldn't have been out here for 3 years trying to convince everybody you had a video of me and you smoking that crack. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. You wouldn't be out here for 11 years trying to convince the world I smoke crack with you, and you want to know why you and your family's photos are still up on YouTube. 127 got that much control.
But he'll learn. He'll learn on the sidewalk, because he don't bring that energy on the sidewalk. He talk all that yang behind the mic. But on the sidewalk, he's a pussycat.
0250. Everybody listening out here understands you're too petrified to be on the same sidewalk with Richie. That's why he changed the location from Utica McDonald's to Wingate Park, right in the middle of the running track. Richie decided to put some dirt under your feet. And everybody listening out here knows you're petrified to show up on either one. So until you're ever face-to-face with Richie, or until you can say you ran Richie off the sidewalk and not Richie planning and playing you before he walked out the 20, you know what I mean? It's going to be reality, a reality you face when you look in that mirror. So dream the fuck on, bitch. And you hear no queer chords in my voice when I say the word bitch. I don't need a voice changer to hide my queer. I'm gone.
Oh shit, you don't need a voice changer to hide your queer? No, because you are queer.
No, simply because I'm not queer. That's what that implied. I don't need a voice changer to hide my queer because I'm not queer. 127 got down. But we know you're so hopeful, willing, and wanton, and still dreaming I was. Because you got this big dissolution that I'm going to play and hide my salami in your back door. But when I step off this soil and go to Colombia, the people are going to see just how true that statement really is. 127 got that much control. Let me end this video, Gate. We're at 5207. 5207, this reality.
All right. Gray Skull, huh? It's coming for you, man. You'll be over there soon, Richard. A.K.A. Columbia. Don't worry, they got a room for you there. They got a bed.
I'm sorry, I have no idea who Mr. Gray Skull is.
Yeah, you know about that shelter right there. Right near you, not too far from you, Richard. They got a bed for you, man. Especially for you, a dignitary. They got a bed for you.
I don't know, 250. I hear you trying to educate me and the people listening to you. But what shelter are you talking about? Where is it? You know what I mean? We're having a hard time trying to understand what it is you're saying. Are you by any chance talking about Castle Grayskull?
Yeah, whatever it's called, Richard. Yeah, I don't know about homeless shelters. Whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about, Richard.
Yeah, it's the place they stick everybody that comes out of Rikers Island. I believe that's the place you're trying to talk about. The free jail, the free Rikers Island. And I do believe I'm 15 years too old for them to even let me in those doors. But hey, man, you ain't got to quote me. I'm not the true enforcer. Remember, I'm not the cop y'all say I am. I'm not the cop I say I am, right? Well, you know, Mr. 250, I hope that's not the Gray Skull you're talking about.
I will love to expose you, but I gotta get back to my Nick game. I'll speak to everyone later, man. I'm 10-6.
Mr. Enforcer, there'll never be a day in this motherfucking life in your existence where you're ever going to be able to expose me on something. Don't you ever forget that. Never. Try never to forget that and you might be all right. No matter what lyrics or words Richie gives you, do not ever confuse that for exposure. 127 got down. Control.